And welcome back to the Decod3rs channel. Banana, you're good?
Oh, dude, I am fucking excited. I am so
Nice.
happy. It's the end of my day, dude, so I'm winding down. I should have poured myself a drink, enjoying the beautiful weather. Yeah, totally.
I love your energy, man. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
And yeah, so guys, we have Banana, like OG of the Solana chain. And today we're going full corporate. We have the Solana Foundation on the channel. That's amazing, man. And
that sounds pretty great.
Yes, I like the title of that stream for sure.
Yeah.
And so bro, I want to understand what exactly the Solana Foundation does for the chain. Like, how does that work with like Solana Labs, etc. But first, I want to know more about you, bro. Like, how did you start? Like, who are you? Where did you come from?
Oh, what do I do, bro? Oh my God, I'm doxxed. Don't look at me. Just, I got to replace it with my PFP. Don't look. I'm not a real person, right? Yeah. The history of my story, I think, is a lot like other people's story with a little bit of twist. Where I'm an engineer. My background has been computer science, and my background has been computer stuff. My whole life, I was into like computer hacking and computer security and Linux and all this fun stuff. And that was what I had done pretty much my entire life before joining Web3. About 2 years ago, I was like just a TradFi engineer, man, just like pushing the bits around and like doing the things that I got to do, right? Like, I'm a father of 3 kids. Like for me, it's just like I got to do the things that I got to do to make my family taking care of everybody, right? And then I started investing and I got into crypto a little bit, and then I saw people on Twitter, like straight up, I saw Functions tweet. He's like, I made more money today than any of you people have made in like 3 weeks. Like, I was like, what, bro, what are you fucking talking about? And, like in crypto, it's put up or shut up. So he shared the transaction and I said, holy shit, NFTs, crazy. Right. And I'm a terrible investor. I'm a terrible flipper. Like I'm a top signal and I'm a bottom signal, just like counter trading all the time. Yeah, I'm a really good counter trade. And then my friends were sharing pictures of their NFTs, and they're like, "Look at this cool art I bought." And I was like, "I got fucking art. Like, I got some shit on my phone from my Instagram days, from fucking around on the internet, right? Just having fun, doing things that weren't work." And my friends were like, "Yo, I'll give you $100 for that right now." And I'm like sitting in my room, like no one is giving me money for nothing ever. Yeah. And they're like, let's go, here it is. And I was like, how the fuck do I do this? I got to figure this shit out. And the little bit of engineering skills that I have above the regular artists in the space, allowed me to figure out how to mint NFTs and figure out how to get into the space as an artist. I started an Olaplex store. If you're OG old enough to know about Olaplex, that's where I started my Solana artist career. And that was about 2 years ago, a little more than 2 years ago now. And like, people tell you, and like, I don't want to be like, I don't want to have bias and be like, you can do it. I did it. You can do it. But like, I've been out here grinding every day and just like trying to promote the scene and try to promote other artists. And in doing that, I have found my own levels of success. I'm not as successful as some of the other artists on Solana who have done tons more volume. Like, Douglas McCurdy has done extremely well in the last, year and a half. Kanneker has come up and done extremely well. Basket, Pinug, these are all names that if you're involved in the Solana scene, you've seen. They have all done extremely well. And, being part of this community, I feel like I've been able to like uplift myself and uplift other artists in the time that I've been in the scene. And now, it's about 3 months ago, I joined the Solana Foundation.
Oh, that's new. Congrats. Let's go.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. It's a crazy shift at the beginning of the year, right? Like I started the year had a little bit of break between positions, and then, got super lucky, super blessed to land in this position at the foundation. And at the foundation, I am, my title is ecosystem engineer. So I work with ecosystem teams, and like I figure out ways that, yeah, I know, right? It sounds like ecosystem engineer, right?
Makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. And I work with these teams to figure out ways to support them and how the foundation can support them. And where I sit at the foundation, I am a subject matter expert in NFTs as they relate to Solana as like a technical vertical. And then I work across all of them to support any team that does not know about NFTs, but finds themselves working with NFTs, like DeFi, for example. There's a lot of NFT fi happening right now.
Yes.
So, the DeFi team is like, what are you crazy Degans doing with these pictures? Like, I don't know what you people are doing. And I'm like, bro, I just took my picture and I traded it, and like I'm up and down and leverage, and you just sound like a crazy person. You're in such a small niche, and you talk to other people in a small niche, and they still think you're crazy because you're like, look what I'm doing.
Man, that's why I like to meet like people in NFTs in IRL, because I don't need to explain what the fucking NFT is. So it's cool. Yeah. Like it's one step already How are you? Yeah,
barely. And then you ask your friends, what are you guys into? And then they say other stuff, and you're like, bro, what? Yeah. It's wild. It's wild. Yeah. So, like most of what I do on a day-to-day basis, and just generally speaking, is I champion NFTs as a technology. I champion artists and creators and social initiatives as they exist on Solana. So like an example, right, to just be concrete about the things we're doing and how we're able to do stuff. Something that I ran, and we don't normally run things at the foundation. Normally we want other teams. We're small, right? And like, I don't scale as an individual, right? But the community can scale. So we try not to run these things ourselves, but we also try to like incubate new ideas. So like something that we're trying to plan for Breakpoint is a little alpha, right? Some Breakpoint alpha.
That's cool.
I have been at the last Hacker House in New York City. That was just a couple of weeks ago. I ran a permissionless decentralized art walk around New York City, try to find some public street art, and while you're there, collect NFTs from local artists. So getting local art from local artists as NFTs into the hands of people at the event was pretty fucking successful. Yeah, bro, IRL, I don't fucking scale. It sucks. I wish I did, but getting these NFTs into people's hands and getting them in a way where you don't need to have a wallet. I partnered with an ecosystem team, Tip Link, and you can like get a link to a URL, you click it, and it's like, you want this free NFT, sign in with your Gmail. So like, bro, you show up, you don't have a phantom wallet, you can still collect these NFTs, you can still transfer them out into your own wallet, and you can just do whatever you want to do, and you can do all this without a wallet. So, trying to find cool little ways to champion artists, and it was successful, which was great. And I am planning to go to Hacker House in Berlin in like a month or 2, 6 weeks, something like that. And we're going to do it again, right? We're going to run it again. Cool. We're going to make it more successful. And all of these are just tests for the big event, Breakpoint, right? What are the large things that we can do because we've proven success in little things that we've done, and that's just like a fraction of what I do and the stuff I do. I work with the grants team very closely, so people talk about grants and stuff like that, and just literally getting on calls with you, right? Like I know we're doing a thing and it's live and all that fun stuff, but getting on calls with teams like yours and figuring out like what you guys are trying to do and how we at the foundation can support your initiative. Because my point of view, which I'm going to say is the foundation's point of view, generally speaking, is if you succeed, like we succeed, like that's just straight up. Everybody's like, yo, what do you at the foundation want me to do? Yeah, I'm like, bro, I want you to build a successful product. Yeah,
and do you know what we do? Do you know what we do on the channel?
We complain that things aren't working and we're out of liquidity. It's bro, it's tough, and I know it's tough, and like I feel for all the teams that are building in the bear because it's not fucking easy. Like
it's the best time to
we're gonna
build,
make
right?
it. it's the best time to build because the people who are still here are the people who want to be here.
No, 100%, 100%, man. We're building this channel for like the bull market in 2024, 2025. Like it's like the fundamental right now, and we're gonna collect the reward like in 2 years from now, like 100%, man. That's for
100%, 100%. I'm not building for this year. I'm not building for next year. I'm building for 5 years.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
building for 10 years.
Exactly.
Because like, okay, sure, you know, like cycles come and go. We have our bull, we have our bear. Yay, we're rich. Yay, we're poor. But like, you're not going to become self-sufficient and escape everything that you want to escape in one cycle. I met somebody on a cruise, and this dude was like 55. I was like, took a vacation. My wife was like, we're going on vacation. We haven't gone on vacation. You're gonna fucking take me on vacation. I said, fine. These are the things you do for your family, right? And we're hanging out. We talked to this guy on the cruise. He's like, oh, I got Bitcoin rich. And I'm like, what? Like, how'd you do that? You know, and he's like, oh, you know, I bought and sold the top and bottom 3 times. He went through 3 cycles.
Yeah.
And now, you know, he's in his 50s and he's hanging out on cruises and his life is whatever he wants to do.
That's what's up.
Let's fucking go. 3 cycles. That's what we need. 3 cycles.
Bro, like I had like, this is like the next one will be my 3rd cycle. And like, I wanted to exit on this one when Bitcoin was going to touch like 80K. And because, you know, I learned my lesson first cycle and I wanted to exit at 80K because like the scheme, like the, you know, the numbers, blah, 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 everyone expecting 100. So then I need to exit before that. Bro, we never fucking touch 80K. And I ride like the whole way down.
Bro, I
learned my lesson. Yes, let's go.
I learned my lesson when Solana hit $15.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, we're going to 8. I'm like, well, if you sell now, you'll still be okay. Yeah. I did not learn any fucking lesson, bro.
Okay. With everything that you said in like the last 10 minutes, there is so many points that I want to unfold. We need an episode 2. I'm telling you right now, like we are 10 minutes in, we will need an episode 2 for sure.
That's fine. Yeah.
But okay, so let's start with the basic, like, why Solana need a foundation and like and not just like Solana Labs, right? Like Solana Labs is a company with like Tony and like the whole Solana team. Why do we need a foundation to elevate the chain?
So this all happened before me. And Anatoly has a really good Medium post that discusses like the spin out of the foundation. But you know, my point of view in combination with what I understand from Toly's point of view, you know, like you don't necessarily want labs or the people building the chain to be the ones that are also driving the direction of the chain, right? Like they need to focus on building the chain and bringing new features to like existence, right? Like compressed NFTs, for example, is like, you know, stewarded and shepherded by labs and, you know, came out of a discussion on how do we bring the cost down of NFTs, and you know, labs ran that effort. If labs also had to deal with ecosystem management, ecosystem growth, that may not necessarily be the best fit for like just even those types of people, right? Like engineers want to engineer. Engineers don't want to have conversations all day. They want to build, right? So building and spinning out an entity whose focus is to grow the ecosystem. Right, like I think that's important, and also right, like we're a nonprofit business.
Yeah,
right. Foundations are nonprofit. Yes. Yeah, the next one, right? Yeah, I'm gonna roll right into it. Is you know what's like it's interesting. I've always worked for for-profit companies. I think most people generally work for for-profit companies, and as an engineer, right, as an ecosystem engineer working on these teams internally at Foundation, it's really interesting that we're not driven by profit. Like literally the last companies that I've worked at, they're like, you did it, guys. We doubled our profit. You guys are the best. And we're cutting your benefits. You're like, what? Right? Like, how do we get more profit? That's what all these companies are thinking about. And being a foundation, my thought process of what I can do is extremely different, right? I am no longer like hyper focused on how do I squeeze profit, right? I'm now thinking about how I get to grow what we're doing, right? And when I say we're not for profit, right, like we do need to make money when the foundation gives grants out to teams. They're convertible grants. They're like investments into these teams. Any profits, my understanding, because I don't necessarily work with all that fun stuff, my understanding is that any profits generated from our grants and convertible grants that go out come right back into the grants program to be given back out. Right. So
yeah,
like
makes sense.
wins that we get rolled right back into the ecosystem. And there's not some sales guy in the corner who's like, haha, profits, right? Like I'm 20,000 bonus, like whatever, like some crazy shit that you get in industries that are just about extracting value from their communities. We take the stance of trying to provide value to our communities so that they're able to continue and grow.
Yeah, it's a virtuous cycle. Like, you win, then like the whole ecosystem on the next generation of project come back with the same grant and stuff, and then it's good for everyone. That's cool. It's like like building like the Solana mafia that you can have in like the Silicon Valley with not YC or like PayPal mafia, right? Like you recycle the money to make it ever more money that for the next generation to profit and like grow the whole ecosystem, because like becoming number one on the chain of all of the chain that we have, or number two, because Bitcoin will probably always be maybe we're gonna flip Bitcoin. That would be cool.
I think we have opportunities. I'm surprised to see how the markets move. The longer I spend in markets, the more interesting they seem to look in time. And like if you wanted to roll right into it, right? Like we went from 0 to 250 to 8. Right? Like all of this is just speculative, right? All of this is just emotion in a market, right? Lots of price is driven by emotion and driven by things that are outside of our control, right? Like regulatory environments and stuff. Like I don't control the regulatory environment. You feel me?
Oh
right?
For the regulation, yes, okay. But in a way, like having a token that was more, it's because you work to drive the price of the asset a little bit higher because you develop the whole ecosystem, right? Is that not a KPI of what you do by itself?
No.
Okay.
No, that is, I would say that may be somebody's KPI, but that's like, we're not focused on like token price, right? Like I'm not focused on token price. I'm focused on, are we building products that support new use cases, and are we growing our ecosystem, right? Do people who exist in our ecosystem understand what they're like? Are they happy, right? Like, are the citizens of Solana happy? Are we building things that make them happy and give them new opportunities? Like, if we focus on products that bring new benefits to the world, generally speaking, right? Like, we will see gains in our valuation, right? Like, if you look at the things that started the bull runs, or at least the last bull run, I'm going to say were NFTs mostly, right? Like that started on ETH, made its way to Solana. Solana catapulted everything, in my opinion, right? And now we are the technical leaders in the space, right? We have compressed NFTs, which allow you to do like 1 million NFTs for like 10 SOL or some ridiculously small number. And if you want to make, the ordinals comparison, we have the ability to store images on chain, completely on chain, just like Bitcoin ordinals, right? So like we are in a position, right? We use this a lot. You've seen this a lot on Twitter, but the only possible on Solana stuff, right? Like we are in a technical position where we can do things that other chains can't. And as we come up with new and novel, like, technologies on top of our platform, right? Everyone else will copy them, right? We copied a lot of, Ethereum DeFi stuff too, right? Just they're an older ecosystem, more built up, but like we're like, like neck and neck now, right? Like where are they going to go technology wise? I'd like to see it. We in Solana, in my opinion, have a lot of space. We have a lot of potential that we can still build on to build really, really cool stuff.
And what would be like the unique value proposition of Solana that can be copied easily by the next generation of chain that will be here for the next bull run?
Yes, I agree, right? And they're going to end up in a position, similarly to the way Solana and Ethereum were placed in the last bull run, right? It's people seeing what technology has been successful, right? And then duplicating and implementing that in their own case, right? And like, we're seeing L2s come up, and we're going to see L3s, and we're going to see L4, and we're going to keep seeing these things, but we're also going to see the next generation blockchain that does not need those additional pieces of technology to keep it competitive, right?
No, no, 100%. AC, 83, I don't know if you talk about like the focus on Solana or is the camera is unfocused. I don't know. So please specify. I hope my focus is good.
I hope my focus is good.
Yeah, that should be fine. That's okay. But okay, so like let's deep into it, like the Solana sexiness right now with like everything that unfortunately saw with like FTX, and like obviously it's sexy to go from 8 to 250, but it's less sexy to go from 250 to 8. So like, yeah, what would be the story in the next like a couple of months? Like I mean, obviously we have like NFT communities, and like we have like huge advantage compared to the blockchain that it's hard for them to copy paste basically. Yep. But yeah, like all of these like black swan event that happen on Solana and also like on crypto Twitter, we say, okay, like the blockchain is not even working. Like we get like it just stopped, etc., etc. Like, how do you turn that story into something that will be beneficial for the next bull run on Solana?
Well, like any technology that you're building, that people build, right? Like, I think it's more important to learn from the incidents that happen instead of assuming that the product you built will be bulletproof. Yeah. You can do everything in your power as an engineer to identify the potential problems and pitfalls and identify all the problems in advance, right? But like, there are going to be problems that you don't know about, that you don't see coming, that you weren't prepared for, right? So while I understand that people are unhappy with the like loud voices on crypto Twitter, right? Like, it's important to understand that they're an extremely small minority of like the world, right? Like, I mean, like you could take any influencer on Twitter, right? Like, we could all be in a circle, get like, you know, everybody with like 100,000 followers in a circle and go outside, and nobody's gonna know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
Right?
No, 100%.
Like,
100%.
Nobody's gonna know who you are, and that's, you know, that's obviously not a dig at anybody, right? But like, that's just to say, like, our communities are so small, right? We have reached the point, I think, in the bear where people are hurt, right? Like, going from 250 to 8, right? Like, that's fucking painful, bro. That like destroys people's like lives. Lots of people, you know, were just like, I gotta quit life. I gotta go. Like, bro, this is like, it's easy to say this is just a game, right? Like, just have fun with it. Like, don't invest more than you can. You lose all of those things that we all try to adhere to. Like, don't get it twisted. If my NFT fucking portfolio went to zero, I would probably sit here and be like, oh fuck, right? But
I was sweating for my Decod bag, man.
Bro, it's scary. It's super scary because we're gambling, right? This is high risk investing in extremely early products and businesses and teams, that many of which you know, come from a different place in time, right? It's just, they don't maybe know how to build shit, and they're trying to build some shit, and we want to see them build some shit, and maybe they're not going to be successful, and like, fuck, it hurts. But to the question, right? Like, what's the narrative? What are the things we can do? Honestly, like, if you're bullish long term, like I'm super long. We talked about position size. Like, I'm super long.
Thinking about
like,
10 years, right?
Yeah, I'm like 5-10 years. Like, that's what I'm thinking about. Like, for me, I've got a job. I'm working a job that I like to work with, people that I like to work with. All like things that you want in your career, generally speaking, right? So like, I am in a good position. Some people are also in a good position that they're going to be okay. It's a regular
that's good.
But right, like, all of this is speculative investing, and right, like, try to be smart. Just like like, if we're talking about like, what are the things? How are you going to manage your shit? Just try to be smart, right? Like, take care of yourself and make the moves that you think are going to be okay. Take low risk trades and shit like that. But catalysts, right? Like, only possible on Solana. We've got Drip House shipping 350,000 NFTs. Bro, that level of distribution is fucking unheard of in the crypto space. And the opportunity for anybody, I have code, it's on my Twitter, go look for it. You could be Drip House right now if you wanted to go airdrop compressed NFTs, right? Like, the code's out there. An artist with a small amount of money, you know, $200 at, you know, at this point, you know, 10 Sol, whatever the number is, right, can ship out 100,000 NFTs. You can reach 100,000 people and get your name, your image, your asset, your brand, whatever you want in front of these people right now. There's no other platform on the planet where you, an individual, can do this on your own. Right? Like I've set up email lists, right? Like I've tried to like build a brand in various ways, and like it's fucking hard, and there's no way to reach people. Right now, you can go do that for fucking 10 Sol and reach 100,000 people as an independent.
Please don't spam my wallet though.
Yeah, damn it! I'll take all your tokens, right? Another big, I think a big catalyst, and I don't know. I think this will be a catalyst, but I'm curious about the sustained situation. Is the shift from mainnet beta to mainnet proper, right? Like when we're when Tolly decides and the team believes that we've hit stability levels and like decentralization effort levels that are like successful over the long term. If you go look at the Solana status page, there is zero incidents over the last 90 days on like any of this. Yeah, and if you go back, like the last thing I saw on there was like degraded service in January. Like, you know, like not a real halt or anything like that. And before that was like, you know,
something else
10 months ago. Yeah, you know, like it's back there, right?
It's in the past. It's in the past. We're not here anymore. It's
in the past.
Yeah, it's good.
So, you know,
honestly, it's kind of impressive. Like the speed of like the result of like the issue of like fucking spamming the blockchain and like Bitcoin is not doing that at that speed. Okay, it's like more. It's a different like mindset and a different like philosophy behind the chain anyway. But like like how to fix the chain and like improve it and like find a solution and like then spread it into validators. Like the execution of fixes on Solana is impressive. Okay, like the chain don't work for 24 hours, fuck it. Like the third days, it's fine, and then we haven't have new features. So, cool.
Yeah, I think the only possible on Solana narrative I think is really strong, and we're going to continue to find new and interesting pieces of technology that are going to get built, and those are going to be the catalysts to get more people doing the stuff, right?
No, for sure. And okay, so another point that I wanted to mention, like, what about like the FTX Sol bag that they have? Because people are aware of that. Like, I think there's like 40 million of Sol or something like that needs to be sold on the market in the next 5 years or something. Like, depends of like the what's happened in trial and stuff like that. But is there any contingency plan from the foundation or even Solana Labs for that liquidity to come on the chain? Or it's just like, let's the market do its things and then we see what's happened?
I can say that I have no idea. That is not my realm of influence, nor my realm of understanding. But I would say personally as an individual,
how do you see that?
I would say like use those, this is information that we all have. Right? Use those pieces of information and make good trades when you know things are going to happen. Like there are so many opportunities where people can easily predict market direction, right? Like the Robinhood delisting like 2 weeks ago or whenever it was, they literally said, we are going to sell all of these tokens, right? So like, am I going to say, right, like, oh, you should hold during dips and like diamond hand forever? No, I'm not going to fucking tell you to do that. I'm going to tell you protect your capital. I'm going to tell you protect your assets. And when you see the market moving in a direction, that's an opportunity to profit. Right? Like, oh, there's going to be a dump of Sol token. Well, fucking take a short position.
That's true.
Right? Like Degans need to Degan, and you need to make sure that at the end of the day, you are protecting yourself.
Yeah, and that's an interesting like point of view for like the ethos of crypto itself, right? Because like basically crypto is like, okay, so you are responsible for your own shit, and you have to have accountability of your actions, and you do what the fuck you want with what with your bag, right? I love that. I like it because like we're living in kind of a society where like we're gonna help you. I'm gonna like do something shady and then you're gonna have insurance etc. Like aka like the bank, the bank stuff that we whatever. But with crypto, at least like if you're doing something and you have to pay for it, like you pay. Like
Yeah, dude,
Like,
and it's rough, right? It's rough.
no,
Like
100%,
you go to the wrong website and like you sign the wrong transaction and like you're starting from zero again. And like there's nobody you can like call, there's nobody you can cry to. Like your friends will hear your story and your friends will say, "Oh fuck, bro. Damn, bro. My heart feels for you." But like you sign that transaction, you click the link, you went to the website, like I have done this, right? Like I have almost gotten like completely drained more than one time because of my own stupid actions. But like, if we're never allowed to have these experiences, we never really learn risk tolerance as like humans, as people who have to manage their own assets. Yeah, right.
I agree with that. And okay, so it's also part of your onboarding process, right? Like all of that understanding of like, again, crypto ethos, but like also onboarding people who never heard about crypto itself. Like, do you think it's easier to onboard to Solana like people like ETH maxis or like my mom?
This all goes back to use cases, right? So like if you, for example, if you onboarded your mom, if you said, "Hey mom, I'm getting a new phone, whatever, I need you to install a new chat app," right? WhatsApp, whatever, right? Like my mom at one point moved to fucking WhatsApp. I don't know why. One of her friends told her to do it. But if you showed up and you said, "Hey, here's dialect," right? And then, you know, she's like, "Oh, I got some cool stickers or whatever," right? And like now you're you know, you got a new picture and she's like, "Whoa, that's cool. How do I get that?" Right? And now you know, maybe you sell it to her or maybe you give it to her or whatever, right? Now she's in the PvP.
Yeah,
right,
I'm selling stickers to my mom 100%. But need to make some profit, right?
hell yeah, get the flip, bro. But right, like I think use case is really important. I think ETH maxis would find value if they understood the ease of transaction to do things, but the things that they're doing, whatever they're doing, right, keeps them on their chain. We do need to have like other chains moving to us, and we need to show other people, right? But it doesn't need to be, I think, from like a maxi point of view, where it's like, we're better than you, you must move all of your assets to here, right? Like we at Solana are the ecosystem participants in Solana. I would easily classify you as well as I would. You've got DGOTs on your wall, right? That means you held Solana NFTs at some point, right? And now you have ETH NFTs, right? The users who migrated and the users who had their assets on ETH now understand what it is to work on ETH. And maybe that was maybe that was a lot for them to be like, oh, right, like I'm gonna keep doing my day work here, whatever I need to do to be a crypto person, but right, like I can have assets over here. Right. And it just needs to be the same way. ETH maxis need to be like, oh, there are things on Solana that I want to do, or things that Solana enables me to do that I'm just going to do over here. And right, like we need to stop the tribalism shit, but like it makes sense. You're trying to protect your bags, right? Like,
and you profit maxi though instead of chain maxi, right? It works too.
It works too, but I feel you need to have an open mind to be a chain.
No, 100%. And okay, so and what do we think about, like, again, on onboarding people? Should we lower the barrier to entry to like welcome everyone, or should we still keep like asking people to make an effort to like understand what crypto is and like the paradigm, like of the mindset that you need to do to like do well, and again not get scam or like get drained, or at least you understand what the fuck happened, or like should we do blockchain without selling the blockchain part? Like what's your approach on that?
I think we should totally stop talking about blockchain. Like, I think we should stop using buzzwords and technical jargon to try and onboard people, right? Lots of people got into the space because they wanted to make profit. People were showing them that they were making profit. They saw people make profit. Like, let's not get it twisted on why people show up, right? But if we want to onboard more people, or we want to grow our ecosystem, we need to provide them ways of doing it in a way that they understand, and in a way that's like not offensive, right? Like you show up and you say blockchain NFTs, people say scam. They say no thank you, right? But on the same, it literally in the same breath, right? I tell people I'm an artist, and I tell people, you know, I've done this much in sales, right? I give them a number that they understand, right? And then, you know, their eyes light up. They're like, what do you mean you're an artist and you're selling art? I'm like, well, I use this app, and, you know, like, I hit a few buttons and I have an NFT and it cost me $1, and now I'm selling my art. And like, you know, you remove you should allow people to go as deep as they want, right? Like, if you want to if you're new and somebody says, wow, learn how to sell art, and then you're like, what's this token actually mean? Like, let people go as far as they want to go, but you need to give them the applications that they want, and that's it, right? Like, you download Tinder because you want to go meet somebody. You download Craigslist because you want to go buy something. You download Instacart because you need groceries, right? Like, do you care if they use Amazon or Google or Azure?
100%.
You don't fucking care. You don't fucking care. You care that you opened up an app, you hit a few buttons, you paid $50, and your groceries come in. That's the only thing you fucking care about. And then whether or not your grocery order was correct.
Exactly. Yeah. How far away from that scenario of like the blockchain is not even like a selling point, and I'm minting an NFT and I don't expect that NFT to be worth like 50K in 6 months, but just like it's a subscription to a service and it's completely transparent, and my iPhone or my Saga phone is like a completely unaware of, like, I don't need to be unaware of what the fuck happened after I press the button.
Yeah, I think we're a little bit ways out from that, generally speaking, but there are lots of projects that I've seen just in the last couple of months of being at the foundation, right? Like, my job is to review projects, like tons and tons of projects. You know, we just received submissions for the NFT Showdown, you know, like this big like brand building initiative. You know, like, I had to review like 100 projects over the last like 4 days, right? So what I'm seeing a lot of really interesting projects that are hiding like crypto and blockchain, right? But using it to enable users the way they are already doing stuff. So like, let's take an example. You know, like, imagine like you do training, you go do Duolingo or whatever, you go learn another language. Why did you learn another language? Did that do anything for you other than like, I did it, yay, right? Like, there was a project that I saw, right, that's like, it enables you to funnel you through, you know, potential profit efforts once you like reach a certain level of proficiency, right? So like, you know, there are a lot of, you know, like Hive Mapper, right? Like, walk around and collect Google Map, right, and make money. All of these types of products exist, and there are lots of people who will use them. We just need, like, they're just not all fully built out yet, and we're still talking about crypto too much, right? But like, when you provide people a way to model their own life in a way that allows them to generate profit, right? I go to work, you go to work, right? I think many of us probably remember Steppen as like a thing, and and let me tell you, man, it was great to walk around the block for an hour and like make $1,000, and like, and I was like, bro, like, this is it. This is all I have to do. This is all I have to do. All I have to do is wake up and walk around the block every day, and like, I can quit my job, right? But like, we need to build out models like Steppen, right? X to earn, right? Level up, earn, level up, to get sales, earn. Bro, fucking let's go, right? Like, there was like sleep to earn. Like, I want like eat to earn. Right, but like, these things that people do that are inherently have value, if we're able to provide the regular people more opportunities to do these things, fucking DoorDash, Uber, fucking all of these services that people use, replace them with new products that have a blockchain backend, and then we will see a fucking renaissance, and it'll be because nobody knows that they're using it.
No, 100%. And that's the perfect like reset, like for everyone on the platform right now watching this show. Don't forget to claim your views during the show, because you're basically getting rewarded watching it. So it's cool, right? And that's also, there is a new features on the app that you can tip Banana right now in views. So send him like 1, 5, 10 views, 50 views if you have it in your wallet. And please let me know in the chat if everything works smoothly, because if not, I will have some customer support after the chat. But you will have some views directly from the shows, from the Decod3rs community. And I will also airdrop you as like the number of minutes that we're going to spend together in your wallet directly, because that's what we do, man. Because you participate to the channel itself. So you get paid. You get paid an undisclosed amount of dollars by doing this podcast. And that's cool.
Let's go. And that's what I'm talking about, right? Yes. Like these opportunities, right? These opportunities where you run the platform, right? You should be getting paid somehow. And then I show up as a guest, right? I should get something for my time and my energy and effort, right? Like this is like things like this are the ethos of Web3, where we're able to build and grow our own communities, build and grow our own value that we then give to others that people, you know, love and appreciate, right? Like, I mean, I don't get any views token for retweeting and liking everything on Twitter, but you know, not yet. Hopefully one day in the future, right, there will be a social media platform that really allows me to, you know, accrue value from doing the work that I do on the platform, and also share value from doing that work and being able to give back to the people that I like in ways that are not just fucking arbitrary views and points and followers that don't mean anything.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, do you think I should apply for grants?
I think if you have an interesting idea that is a open source public good or overall public good for the community, if you have a public good for the community, and you have a good breakdown and project plan, right? I need X amount to do these things. This is the breakdown of what we're going to do, right? This is the team behind it, right? Submit a grant. If you are an individual that likes, you know, project work, you know, I'm going to do a thing for 3 months, 6 months, and then move on to the next one. Grants are great. If you are a business that is making money or trying to make money and you are having a hard time, asking for a grant is probably not the best way.
I mean, we're not having a hard time, but I tried.
Submit a grant request. The worst thing anybody can say is no. And you're not barred from doing it again, right? Like, just do it again.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, like, the greater good of like of Decod3rs is for the Decod3rs community, you know. So it's like still small, but we do what we can for like future holders.
Yeah, you'll be surprised. You know, maybe you end up wanting to do an event somewhere at like a hacker house or something. And maybe you need some support and you want to make it for the wider community, right? Like,
I want to do like on Breakpoint, I want to make an event with like every guest of the channel, and we can do like a coffee break or something, like one format of the show, and invite everyone at Breakpoint, and we can like talk about whatever, but like all together with all of the guests. That could be cool, man.
Just like a big auditorium.
Exactly, that would be cool. Yeah, like there is like a 150 show now, almost on the channel now. So 100 people, that could be cool.
Yeah, that would be great.
It'd be a nice event. Okay, so we're almost like gonna run like into the hours. So see, I told you we need an episode 2, bro. Like
we need another episode,
because like it's fascinating. Again, like having all of that organization like to drive like adoption to a chain, it's fascinating. Like it's really crazy,
dude. It's wild, and like it's I know that like from the public side of the house, right? Just I was in the other side. I was in your position 3 months ago, right? It's hard to see the things that the foundation does, but like everybody on my team works so fucking hard.
That's dope.
Everybody on my team is grinding every day. You know, like these are people that truly like care about the ecosystem. And you know, want to see success in the ecosystem. So like, I know that the public-facing communications aren't the best, but we're working on it.
Do you have a content strategy, like with like the space or like like a podcast like that? Like, is that something that you want to do more and more, or like again like YouTube channel and Twitter space in general?
Yeah, so I will say that the foundation has added like a head of marketing, and like a head of content, and like they're both badass, awesome people, and I have seen just since they're joining like the public press side of things look a lot more polished. Like
Mhm.
I personally now I'm starting to see more information because it's being disseminated easier.
Mhm.
But I don't work on the content marketing team. I'm not sure
Okay.
what their plans are over the course of the year. But I can also say in the same breath that as part of my personal Q3, Q4 goals, I have like a goal of like doing more things like this, doing more
Let's go.
presentations, doing more like talks at events, shit like that.
Nice.
So I do from the stance of NFTs, creator, and social, and supporting the creator ecosystem.
That's what's up, man.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, like, yeah, thank you so much for being here because, like, yeah, we just like DM. I saw one of your tweets and I told you, yeah, bro, do you want to come on the channel? I think,
yeah, sure.
like, yeah, and then let's go. That's what's up.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's really not hard, right? Like anybody that's like operating in good faith and like wants to like have a cool and like chill conversation and like not try to show up and be like, so totally said, and it's like, bro, I'm not totally, bro. Like, I don't know, man. Like, that's far.
Yeah.
And like, if we're not talking about artists, I don't really know.
Yeah.
Like I all I want to do, like, literally, is like continue to grow the artist ecosystem, the creator ecosystem, right? Because the creators, besides like creating something for yourself, right? You're doing this for yourself. You're doing this because you love to do this. You're doing this because you enjoy to put out your energy. But like you are helping the broader ecosystem, right?
Yeah.
Other people are finding your content. Other people are listening to your YouTube.
Exactly, man.
I don't have a fucking YouTube. Like that's not where I have a channel. Not bro, I can't. Look at your beautiful stage, bro. I'm like sitting on my balcony with like washed
it's a nice
out
setup,
lighting.
bro. It's a nice setup.
I gotta get my office and I gotta get my fucking Decods on the wall.
But yeah, no, man. Again, like, yeah, this project is like to give like when we will be bigger, like a bigger channel, etc. Like it's gonna be like a community of community, right? Because everyone will show up to see their founders, but then they're gonna watch the next stream. So and it's oh shit, this collection is dope. Maybe I should buy it, etc., etc. So yeah, like, in 6 months to 1 year, like it's gonna be fucking fantastic. It's gonna be. I'm so fucking pumped for the Decod3rs channel. It's gonna be nice.
Dude, and that's all you have to keep doing, right? Like if you're able to be consistent, you're able to just continue to put out content and continue to keep the vibes high. Like the year will go by so fast, you won't even know it's gone. You'll have 100,000 subscribers everywhere, and you'll be like, wow, where did the year go? How did I get here? Well, in the new studio or whatever, right? Like, and I saw that you're talking to to Rhea Sharkey. Right, like fucking queen, fucking goat, and just keep building, and you'll crush it. I'm not, no doubt.
Thank you so much, man. And I don't want to take more of your time, so I just have like 2 last questions that I asked all of my guests. Oh yeah, okay. So maybe you want to go now.
Say hi.
Hi. For you.
Say bye. See you later. All right, one more. Go.
Okay. No, man, that's okay. We can cut now. Like, you're gonna be busier than ever, man.
Yeah, they see me standing out here and they're like, "Let's go, Dad. What are you doing?"
Okay, man, we're good. Thank you so much for the stream. That was like really cool, man. Like your energy, it's unmatched. You're a great guest. Let's talk in the DM to schedule this little episode 2. And enjoy the rest of your day, man.
Thank you. It was an absolute pleasure. We'll do this again. I'll talk to you online in a bit.
Cheers, man. See ya.
Yeah.
And that's it, guys. That was dope. I love it. Thank you so much for being in the chat. Okay, I don't know why. Okay, with the space rugged. Let's go. Elon Musk, if you watch this stream, because I know you watch Decod3rs channel, fix your shit, bro. Like, hire more engineers. Thank you, everyone who came on the chat, on the stream. Don't forget to claim your views, because then you're gonna ask me, I refreshed the page and I don't have my views. Claim your fucking views before the end of the stream. You will have 51 views. Let's go. And that's it. Subscribe to the channel, claim your views, and we will see you in the next stream. Bye-bye.